In the video where we talked about how to explore a dataset in the galaxy, we talked about making shortcuts and outliers. I'm going to open up a dataset that has over 8,000 documents in it. These are plots of TV shows from the Internet Movie Database. You'll notice in your galaxy view when you get thousands of documents, sometimes it can be not as useful because the documents are all piled together. And also, IN-SPIRE can only use a limited amount of words to describe the whole data set. So if you have thousands and thousands of documents, you're not going to get as much detail in the terms that you might if you had a smaller subset. So even if you use the shortcuts and you take sections of documents and put them into outliers and recalculate, you will get a different picture, but you'll still be using the same terms to calculate it. So if what you really want to do is focus on a certain topic or time period, what you want to do is make subsets. So let me show you a couple ways to make a subset. First, let's look at time. This data set happens to have all of these TV shows separated by year. When the time slicer comes up, what it's doing is it's filtering the view. So the documents are all still there. It's just only showing you the view of the time period you have selected. And so let's say I want to make a subset from 1980 to 1990. So I can drag out that filter box there, and you can see it's only showing the documents in the galaxy from that time range. And then what I can do is under the main toolbar, under File, I can say Subset from Galaxy. And what this does is it says any documents that are now showing in the galaxy. And there's, various ways to make them not show in the galaxy. They might be in the Outliers box or with this time filter. When you choose Subset from Galaxy, that will bring up a wizard, and you can have a chance to rename it, and then hit Finish. And IN-SPIRE will create the data set in the background. So another thing I might want to do is, let's say I want to do a query about location. So let's say New York City, but I know that sometimes it's called NYC, or I don't know, the Big Apple, or Manhattan. So I'm putting this "or" in here to tell the query that I want any of these terms to show up. So I'll hit Query, and it will make a selection of all of the documents that have those terms that I put in their plot summaries. And so I could use a shortcut and just show only selected documents, and that would redraw the galaxy. But like I said before, it's still going to use all of the terms from all 8,000 documents. So I have 168 total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that File menu, and this time I'm going to do Subset from Selection. So this is only going to make a new data set just from the terms that are selected, the documents that are selected. We'll hit Finish and fire that one off in the background. Now when I go to my dataset editor, you'll see that these two new data sets have shown up, and they're both available. So let's just open up the New York one just to show you. And so now you can see that we have much better terms. We can clear the selection here. We have much better terms, and the analysis we're going to be able to do is going to be easier because the list of terms has been created just from this set. So making subsets is a great way to pare down a very large data set into chunks of data that you're very interested in and want to focus on.